Lumberjack basketball.
There's the three. Greer comes in, takes the shot. Good. High game. Graham, yes, Harry Graham for three. Lumberjack takes a 5-point lead now.
Your home for Lumberjack basketball all season long is KOFE 1240 AM. Now with the countdown to tip-off, here's Tim Parrish.
And we are back with our pregame countdown to tip-off for Lumberjack boys basketball as both teams on the floor warming up for the second game of the evening or of the afternoon. And we're going to start off with our interview that we did with head coach Brian Chase. And we have head coach Brian Chase for Lumberjack boys basketball for a pregame interview here for today's matchup against the Orofino Maniacs. 8-1 so far on the season, Coach. What has been your feelings on the season so far?
Well, I think it's a little bit of a surprise. I didn't expect us to play as well on the road, and I thought our team's done a pretty good job of kind of being road warriors so far, and we're excited to get some games back at home. But yeah, they've played really well on the road, shot the ball well so far, and played decent defense, and it's one thing we're trying to sharpen up.
All right, what are some of the Lumberjack strengths and weaknesses so far this season?
So far, probably our strengths have just been our outside shooting. We've shot the ball well. We've had pretty good inside-outside play, getting Daniel back and Glover inside and Kevin inside. You know, at times we can go big. If we want to go quick and small, we can do that as well. So we've kind of played to our strengths when we've needed to, and that's helped out.
And what about any weaknesses maybe?
Weakness, we got to defend a little bit better. We're still sharpening up our defense. You know, we're probably giving up close to 60 points a game, but, you know, and that's a little bit high for me. We're putting up good points, but we're giving up too much too.
All right, you mentioned Dan Howard. He's been playing well inside in his first, now I think it's been 5 games. What kind of an impact does he have on the floor?
He's just a big presence. He's a big body. He's got good moves inside. You very seldom see a shot get blocked. So he's kind of a space eater. And then as far as that goes too, he's great at setting picks. Guards have a hard time getting around him, which helps open up our guards and getting them to the rim too.
All right, 7 of your first 8 or 7 of, I think there's one more game added onto there now, but most of your games have been on the road, and most of that, a couple of those was due to some cancellations or postponements due to weather, but it looks like your next 7 or 8 games now will be all home games. What are your feelings on that?
Yeah, they are home, and you know, we've got a real tough stretch of games coming up. I hope we're able to take care of business today against Orofino, and then the next 3 games I think are all kind of top-ranked teams, with Potlatch being a strong team down south. Kellogg on Saturday, they've played a real tough schedule. Their record doesn't show. I mean, I think they're 4 or 5-3 now, but they've played a lot of Spokane schools and got everybody back from last year's 3rd-place team. And then we'll play Liberty, who's a lot like us as far as size and speed. They got 2nd in football and have a real good basketball program as well. So that'll be a fun game next Wednesday.
Sounds like some good games to have down the stretch leading up to districts and hopefully a trip to state. We're talking with head coach Brian Chase. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with more.
Just because. Those are 2 very powerful words that can rekindle any spirit. Just because can move mountains and reignite the heart. It doesn't have to be a birthday, an anniversary, or even Christmas to show that special someone in your life just how much you really do care. Show them with a piece of jewelry from Saks, from simple diamond earrings to a beautiful new purse. And do it just because. It's an occasion all its own, with its own unique meaning. Visit Saks for fine jewelry, fashion jewelry, sunglasses, and more. That's Saks on Main Street in St. Mary's, open 10 to 6. Have you scheduled your Medicare wellness visit? Benoit Community Hospital is here to help. If you've had Medicare Part B for longer than 12 months, you can get this visit to develop or update a personalized prevention health plan. The best part is, you pay nothing for yearly Medicare wellness visits. Call 245-2591 today to take advantage of your Medicare wellness benefits. The St. Mary's Family Medicine Office is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 245-2591. Winter is here and it's time to get your animals ready for the winter weather. XXX Feeds in St. Mary's has what you need to keep all your critters comfortable in the cold temperatures. From trough heaters, straw, to insulated horse blankets, your animals large and small need extra attention just like you. So don't forget, while you're stacking your winter firewood, your furry family members need winterizing also. Also, don't forget the wild critters. XXX Feed has wild bird food, deer feed, and game blocks. See XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today, because winter ain't gonna wait. Looking for that perfect shot of your athlete in action? Always too busy cheering them on to take your own? Check out Michelle Davenport of MD Photography. MD Photography specializes in catching that perfect action shot. Whether it's high school, middle school, or somewhere in between, MD Photography is the photographer of choice. Composites, action shots, and special, one-of-a-kind projects, MD Photography does it. Check out MD Photography on Facebook or give her a call at 582-1586. That's MD Photography, 582-1586. MD Photography, catching your athletes in action. Winter.
And we're talking with head coach Brian Chase for the St. Mary's Lumberjack boys varsity team. You have Orofino today, and they just won their first game yesterday, or a couple days ago. And that first game they have the season, they'd actually put up over 50 points as well. What do you expect to see out of the Maniacs? I know you don't take them lightly regardless of their schedule.
Yeah, you know, and just from what I saw in their game Thursday, they shot the ball really well, and they had their point guard got 17 points. They had another shooter that knocked down 3 or 4 three-pointers in the game. So we'll have to really focus on just getting hands up and contesting shots, blocking out. And we're going to try to keep it an up-tempo game as best we can.
All right, what would you like to see out of the Lumberjacks today?
You know, I hope we are able to get out of the gates fast and really blow the doors open. I hope that's going to be my pregame speech is, let's not take these guys lightly. We're going to press, run, and try to keep it as fast-paced as we can.
Yeah, that's one thing as the coach knowing not to overlook a team, but then you got to impress that upon the kids to not come out a little bit sluggish just because of a record.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go over the keys to victory. You kind of mentioned them already. Just come out fast and hopefully put the Maniacs on their heels right off the bat and just keep the pressure on them.
Yep, and we're going to try to hopefully use some players today and use our bench and get everybody a lot of playing time and play hard, and if they're not playing hard, they won't be playing very long.
All right, that was head coach Brian Chase, Lumberjack boys varsity, and we'll take And that was our interview with head coach Brian Chase for Lumberjack boys as they get set to take on the Maniacs here this afternoon. And what do you think of his comments overall?
He's like he's saying, you just can't take anybody lightly when you go out to play. And he's depending upon the press to make that happen. I think it makes the players more engaged when they are pressing because all 5 players have a very particular role in that defense.
Yeah.
And that keeps them staying focused, and that'll help with this game today.
Definitely does. St. Mary's right now sitting 4th in the power rankings on idahosports.com. 8-1 on the season, 1-0 in league play. Their last game was a 57-44 win over Bonners Ferry. Grangeville 7-4 on the season. They are 8th in the power rankings. Orofino is 1-8. They are 20th in the power rankings, and they got their first win over Clearwater Valley this last week by a score of 51-44. The top 3 on the power rankings above St. Mary's is Declo number 1, Ryrie number 2, and Aberdeen number 3. So far for the Lumberjacks, the next game coming up for them will be on the 18th of next week. They're going to host Potlatch. And then, of course, the big, bad game that everybody looks forward to every year, Brawl for the Ball against Kellogg next week. And these may be different kids this year, but St. Mary's the boys were beat the last 4 times, if I remember right, they've played Kellogg, going back 2 years. St. Mary's hasn't been able to get a victory over Kellogg on the boys' side. So this group of kids is going to be chomping at the bit to get a victory over Kellogg.
Yep, but they got to get through this in Potlatch on whatever day, Thursday, I think you said. And Coach Chase was giving high praise to that Potlatch team. So
yeah, we've played Potlatch once already, and that was a fairly close game. It was a good game, good fun game as well. The Lumberjacks are averaging 64 points per game in the 5 games that I have stats for. They're shooting 45% from the floor, 36% from three-point range, and 54% from the free throw line. There's that sub 60% free throw shooting again. But the last several years, that's been almost something we've come to expect for St. Mary's, so it's not a surprise from the boys, even though you want to see that number higher.
Well, just seeing them, though, last Saturday, Tim, they looked a lot better at the line. Their shots look good.
Yeah, they shot 71% against Grangeville.
So we'll see what happens today.
They are averaging 9 assists per game with 9 offensive rebounds, and they're only turning the ball over right around 8 times per game, so turnovers numbers are really low.
That's a solid team that St. Mary's is. I think Coach Chase is a little bit surprised by how well they're playing this year as well.
Leading scorers for St. Mary's has been Dan Howard with 16 points per game, Jackson Pritchard with 16 points per game, and Glover Buell with 10 points per game. Coming back tonight, going to get some playing time, is Tyler Lohman, and he was averaging 16 points per game as well before he was not off the team, but before he was out for a little while due to disciplinary issues. So 3 guys right there all averaging 16 points a game. That's huge.
Yeah, and when you're already scoring when Tyler's absence at about a 60-point clip, think what more that'll do for you now.
Defensively, St. Mary's with 7 steals per game roughly, and they're averaging 21 defensive boards. They're averaging over 20 fouls per game, though, but we've talked about some of that's aggressive fouls, and some of those are acceptable depending on the situation. And they're averaging probably 3 or 4 block shots per game. They've been playing good. You know, I'm sure Coach Chase would like to see the foul numbers down a little bit, even if they are aggressive fouls, but you've got to kind of walk that borderline between too aggressive and
yes,
right on the cusp. So that would be a good one. The Maniacs, like I said, they have a new coach this year too. Justin Haig, it's his first season. Maniacs went 13-7 last year, so this is not normal territory for them. They'd only been averaging 37 points per game and giving up 50 points per game on the season. So St. Mary's and Orofino have both played Genesee, and Genesee beat Orofino 39-29. St. Mary's beat Genesee 46-24. So that is a look at the two teams as they kind of compare for games they've played that are similar, I guess you could say. Now, one of the players that was supposed to be a returning player, this Chatburn, I think is what his name was, he is not, or Chatfield, he was 6'8", and he was for them last year. He's not with them anymore. He's actually playing, I think he's
I thought I heard Lewiston or something like that.
Clarkston, I do believe.
Clarkston.
So now we won't have the national anthem to worry about here for the second game, because I've already done that, so I need to get my starting lineups for both teams. And I got to find my roster for I had another one. Well, I'll let you use this one later. I need this one, actually. It is number 1, Peyton Daly for the Maniacs. Number 3, Cody Isabel. Number 12, Austin Kelso. Number 15, Joaquin Gutron. And number 24, Kobe Hewitt. For the Lumberjacks, I'll get you those right now as I'm marking them down so I have them all. So the starting lineups for the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, it will be number 15, 6'2" junior, Coy Sands. It will be number 21, 6'1" junior guard, Jackson Pritchard. It'll be number 32, 6'3" senior post, Glover Buell. Number 33, 6' junior, and I believe Caden Hammond's a guard as well, That is Caden Hammond. And then number 50, 6'2" junior post, Dan Howard. The starting lineup averaging, let's see here, Coy Sands 4 points per game. Jackson Pritchard 16 points per game. Glover Buell 10 points per game. Caden Hammond 8 points per game. And Dan Howard 16 points per game. So that is the starting lineups. Lumberjacks coached by Brian Chase. He's assisted by Chris Peen Asbury. Lumberjack basketball brought to you by Potlatch, #1 Federal Credit Union, proud sponsors of the School Spirit program. They say, go Lumberjacks. Opening tip just a moments away. It's Glover Buell and Kelso. Lumberjacks control the opening tip. And right to the basket is Coy Sands. He can't get the shot to go. Rebound goes to the Maniacs. It will be Peyton Daly bringing it down for Orofino. He kicks it out here to the near side to Isabel, just in front of the Lumberjack bench. The Maniacs in their black home, or their black jerseys with blue lettering. Lumberjacks in their white with gold numbers. And the Lumberjacks going left to right, Maniacs right to left as the opening part of the game. Maniacs have it down on the right wing to Kelso. Kelso looking for an outlet, kicks it to the top to Daly. Daly guarded by Coy Sands. Coy almost gets the steal. They are able to feed it down inside to Gaitron, and now back to the top. Daly tries to feed it inside. Turnover on the Maniacs as Caden Hammond comes away with it. Lumberjacks back the other way, out to Pritchard on the corner. Pritchard been outstanding from outside all season long. Now they feed it inside to Howard. Howard goes up strong, can't get the shot to drop. Fights for the loose board, the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Orofino.
Dan's going to have a mismatch down below there again. There's not anybody that matches his height.
This time, Caden Hammond feeds it into Howard. Howard goes up strong, and usually if he doesn't get the shot to drop, he's fouled and goes to the free throw line. Dan Howard, though, has been struggling from the charity stripe, just 36% from the free throw line. That one is nothing but net. Nice touch on that ball. St. Mary's first points from the floor is from the free throw line. That foul went against number 24. That is Kobe Hueth. Next shot on the way. That one, nice touch as well. Dan must have worked on them a little bit. Lumberjacks putting on a press here. Maniacs trying to get it across the timeline. This is what
Coach Chase wanted.
Bad pass. It's again stolen away by Hammond. Hammond resets. He gets it to Howard. Howard drives. Mugged going in. No foul. And Howard misses the shot. Rebound went to the Maniacs. Bringing it down the floor is Daly. Daly swings it down to Isabel here near the sideline in front of the Lumberjack bench. Now into Gaitron. Gaitron back to Isabel. Isabel feeds it to the top to Daly. Daly guarded by Sands. Now back to Isabel in the corner. Lumberjack defense not giving too many looks inside. Daly has it now again. He loses the handle, and trying to get it is Hammond. He can't come away with it. Dan Howard, though, gets a steal as they Maniacs try to feed it inside. And then we get a whistle the other way as Gaitron took it away. A pass from St. Mary's, and St. Mary's turned it back over, and a foul called against the Jacks. That's Caden Hammond's first. It's a steal for the Maniacs. Feeding it into Gaitron in the corner. Gaitron trying to bounce pass it to number 3, and it gets away from him, goes out of bounds. It's a turnover on Orofino. I thought Caden Hammond might have touched it, but I guess not. So Caden Hammond will bring it down for the Jacks. Gets it across the timeline, goes to the left wing, down all the way out, kicks it out to Sands. Sands bounces underneath to Howard. Howard shot goes in, and the foul. That foul goes against, waiting to see up there as Dan Howard's going to shoot 2 more free throws. He's 2 for 2. They still haven't changed it. Howard's first shot is up.
He made the basket, so.
3 for 3 for Howard from the charity stripe, and 1 for 3 from the floor. Dan Howard has, well, I have 5 points. They haven't put the 5th point up on the board yet. The score should be 5-0.
Yep,
there it is.
I guess they're calling that on 33 again. On 33. Which I don't see on there.
Yeah, where's 33 on the roster? I didn't have a 33 on the roster even. No, that was Caden Hammond. That was the last foul. They never put it up there for the...
Okay, then I think it was 24 again. Hewitt.
That'll work for me. Now we get a foul against St. Mary's. And that one goes against Jackson Pritchard. Maniacs looking to inbound. Inbound comes in to Daly. Daly up to the top. Picks up his dribble. Now he's looking for an outlet. Everybody's guarded. Coy Sands gets the steal. Lumberjacks back the other way. His shot was up and good. That was Caden Hammond, I do believe, wasn't it?
Yes.
Number 33 that put it up and in. Was there an assist?
I'd say so. Probably, I think it was Pritchard who got it out to him.
Lumberjacks now get another steal. I believe that was Pritchard. And another turnover. And Pritchard from three-point range is good. And I believe that was Glover Buell who kicked it out to him.
Yes, it was.
So Lumberjacks off to a 10-0 lead with 5:03 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
All this confusion.
Yeah, I forgot to make enough rosters.
Here we go.
And we are back. The timeout, I must have...
They turned it into a minute. That's...
And we are back as the Maniacs inbound after the timeout. It went from a 30 to a full. And the Maniacs now facing Lumberjack pressure. They do get it down across the timeline. They swing it to the middle, now to the wing on the right side. It's Daly. Daly gets trapped on the sideline. Cross-court pass. Isabel saves it right into Hammond. And it's a turnover on the Maniacs.
And
Hammond,
foul on Isabel.
Hammond puts the ball up and in. And I'm going to give Hammond a steal on that as well. So Hammond now with 4 points, 3 steals. Checking into the game for the Maniacs is Caden Aldrin. Caden Hammond goes to the free throw line, shooting 65% from the charity stripe. That one is a nice soft touch, goes right through. 13-0, St. Mary's off to a great start here against the Orofino Maniacs. League matchup here. Again, Lumberjacks showing the press. Maniacs trying to figure out what to do with it. They get it to Gaitron. Gaitron back to Daly. Daly back to Gaitron. Gaitron across the timeline, trapped along the edge. And the ball goes out of bounds. They say that Duffield was the last one to touch it, which I'm not sure Duffield did touch it.
Well, he was right on him, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Our angle's not the best.
No, it's not. Inbound pass coming in from Aldrin. It's into the corner, now back out to Aldrin. Aldrin over to Daly. Daly brings it down the near side, backs out as the Lumberjack defense comes up to face him off. Gets a screen going the other way. Now they kick it into Gaitron. Gaitron back out to Daly. Daly for 3 and knocks that one through. First points for the Maniacs comes from downtown. Jackson Pritchard feeds it over the top to Howard. Howard out to Duffield. Duffield for 3, a little long. Ball goes out of bounds off of Orofino. St. Mary's not only has inside presence, they have a ton of outside shooters. Duffield, you wouldn't necessarily expect to be an outside shooter, as he's listed as a post player, but he can knock them down from outside. Dan Howard can even knock down a three-pointer sometimes. Glover Buell can as well. They get it down now to Jackson Pritchard. Pritchard from just inside the three-point line, and Jackson Pritchard knocks down a two-pointer. Pritchard with 5 points on the game. 15-3 the score. St. Mary's up. 3:41 in the first period. Lumberjacks again putting on the press, and a long pass is over the head of Gaitron, out of bounds. It's a turnover on Orfino. That's the 8th turnover for the Maniacs. St. Mary's has turned it over just once. Dan Howard comes out for a breather. Mikey Bassett checks in for St. Mary's. Mikey Bassett averaging around 2 points per game. 3 rebounds. They get it to Bassett. Bassett can shoot outside also. They find Pritchard in the corner. Pritchard for 3. That's short. Bassett on the rebound. Lumberjacks working it back around. Another shot was up. It was no good. And again, I think, no, the Maniacs finally come away with a defensive board. They take it down the floor. Then we get a whistle and a foul called against St. Mary's.
Got to reach.
I think they said 15, it looked like. If that's 15, that's Coy. That's his first.
And that's what it is. It's on Coy.
Coy's going to come out. Caden Hammond re-enters the game. 15-3 the score. St. Mary's up. They kick it out to the corner. Long 2, in and out. Offensive rebound. The putback is no good. And Duffield comes away with the rebound. Now they feed it down to Pritchard. Pritchard stumbles, kicks the ball out to Hammond. Hammond loses the handle, picks up his dribble, kicks it to Pritchard. Pritchard on the wing. Now down inside to Buell. Buell drives, shot, no good, gets his own rebound.
Nice put up.
And who put that one up and in? Buell finished it off after, I thought he
came down
kicked
with
it
the
out.
ball and dribbled, and he went back up. He was going to kick it out, but found nobody.
So Buell puts his first 2 points on the board. Maniacs coming back down. Lumberjack defense being stingy, not giving any easy room. Driving in was number 12, Kelso. Buell, I think it was in there. He was set for a long time, and they call it a foul against the Lumberjacks. And actually, it's Duffield, it looks like.
So that's what happened. Is it wasn't on the block.
Yeah. And that's first shot by Kelso is no good from the free throw line. Checking in for Orfino is number 31, Brandon Barton. Going out is Gaitron. Kelso lines up for the second shot. That one is good. 17-4 the score with 2:22 to go in the first period. St. Mary's on top. Caden Hammond working it down the floor for St. Mary's. Takes it all away, is going to kick it out to Buell. Buell a jump shot, nice high arc, no good. It's a rebound to Duffield. Duffield puts it up and in. 19-4, St. Mary's still putting on the press. Trying to find an outlet. They got 3 players on the back court side of things, and now there's going to be
10-second count.
10-second violation in the backcourt. Dan Howard checks in. Glover Buell comes out. St. Mary's has already created 9 turnovers against Orfino.
Exactly what Coach Chase said he wanted to do coming out, and they're doing it just great.
Caden Hammond has it in the backcourt. He's bringing it up. He's got Daly guarding him. Still working on Daly. Working right to left around the arc. Now he kicks it to the corner to Bassett on the near side. Now inside to Howard. Nice move by Howard. Puts it up and good. Dan Howard just dipped his shoulder into the defender after getting him up off his feet and put it up and in. Caden Green is into the game as well. That ball tipped up by Bassett. Howard comes away with it. And Bassett drives to the shot after Howard passes it down to him. He's going to get fouled hard and go to the line.
That's on Daly. Coach there is very vocal.
Coach for the Maniacs is getting on the ref. Oh, they called it a technical too, didn't they?
Intentional foul.
An intentional foul on Bassett, against Bassett. So Bassett goes to the free throw line for 2.
I don't know how intentional that was, but that's all right.
So Bassett, I gave the steal on that as he tipped it up into the air, and Dan Howard came away with it and kicked it into Bassett. Bassett made both free throws. St. Mary's will get the possession as well, I believe. Jackson Pritchard's coming in.
This should be going over to
Caden Hammond goes out.
Yeah. Here we go.
I need to mark that down as a basically a technical foul on there. Lumberjacks inbound. They get it to Pritchard. Oh, we got an offensive foul against St. Mary's. It sounded like, did they call that against Duffield?
Duffield.
Duffield comes out. Glover Buell goes in. They had the clock running for some reason. Now they got it shut off. Now they got it running again. And St. Mary's comes away with the ball on the inbound pass. Lumberjacks back the other way. It's a three-pointer on the way by Pritchard. It's no good. Howard on the rebound. Lumberjacks drive again. That's Pritchard. Pritchard can't get the shot to go. This time a rebound to the Maniacs. They bring it quickly down the floor. Daly has it. Brings it here to the near side. Now up to the top. He's going to trigger a quick three. It's no good. Pritchard on the rebound. Lumberjacks quickly down the floor. Pass into Howard. Howard going to go up strong and get fouled. That was number 31 with the foul. That is Brandon Barton, I believe, that got called for that as he hooked Howard's arm.
It's their 6th team foul. No, it's their 5th team foul.
5 for St. Mary's, 5 for the Maniacs. Howard's first one
nice
is off
release.
the iron.
There's nothing wrong with that looking shot there.
Yeah, just got maybe not quite enough arc under it. 3 for 4 from the charity stripe is Howard. Next shot, that one is nothing but net. 24-4, St. Mary's is up over the Maniacs. Full court pressure again by St. Mary's. Maniacs feed it down across. They get it down into the paint. Nice shot, no good. Dan Howard rebound.
He was not in control of the ball.
Lumberjacks, Pritchard takes it down. 14 seconds to go in the first. Pritchard, guarded by Kelso, takes it to the near side, feeds it into Howard, and whoa!
The travel for the foul.
Yeah, Howard must have shuffled his feet after he got the ball down there to picked up his dribble. And
guy hadn't landed on him yet, Tim.
Again, the Maniacs, long shot at the buzzer, no good. And that's how the first period will end. 24-4, St. Mary's up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Here are some simple instructions on how to get a tax pro to prepare and file your 1040EZ completely free. Go to an H&R Block office and say, I'd like you to prepare and file my 1040EZ for free. Or make an appointment at hrblock.com. That's it. No more instructions needed. Pro Tax Prep for free. Get your taxes won.
Return must be filed January 5th, 2018 to February 28th, 2018 at participating offices. Additional fees apply for EITC and other additional forms for state and local returns and if you select other products and services. OPTP number B13696.
Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. If you're looking for a fun, friendly daycare and preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. Children from 6 weeks old and up are welcome to come and play at Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's. Carissa's Clubhouse offers full-time, part-time, and even drop-ins. So if you need a fun, safe, and friendly daycare or preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. That's 582-1431. Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Start of the second period. The Maniacs will have the possession. It is Daly down to the wing to Gladhart. Gladhart back to Daly. Daly working against Coy Sands, kicks it out, and now a 3-ball on the way. That is by number 23's Zweifel, and he knocks it through. Lumberjacks quickly back on the attack offensively. Coy Sands has it. He kicks it to Caden Hammond. Hammond directing traffic. He's going to drive, splits the defenders. Shot is up and no good. And the ball is going to go out of bounds off of St. Mary's. Nice move by Hammond as he split the defenders but couldn't finish the shot off. 24-7 is the score. St. Mary's is up. 7:28 in the first half to go. It's Daly guarded by Hammond. He picks his dribble up. He's got one and
he never went completely over the timeline.
Yeah, but he still gets called for the 10 second. It's 10 seconds in the backcourt, huh?
Yep.
He never got out of the backcourt completely. So St. Mary's done that to him twice now. It's Caden Hammond to Pritchard. Pritchard thought about a three, decides not to from the wing, spins, drives into the free throw line, kicks it up to Howard.
Good.
And
grief.
Howard gets tripped. And incidental, I guess, kind of contact down underneath. They're going to call the travel on Howard. Now they're calling in a towel because Howard got a little bit of sweat down there on the floor. I can't imagine. So they're waiting to get that cleaned up before they continue with the action. 10 turnovers for the Maniacs, and are now 11 now, but 10 in the first period.
Tim, they only had 3 shots in the first quarter. Orofino did.
Yeah. St. Mary's turned it over just 3 times.
And they made a 3-pointer.
Yep.
In fact, their field goals right now, they've got 2 3-pointers, and that's it.
Yep.
Along with their free throws.
They're 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now we're going to get is it actually a timeout?
Full timeout.
Who took it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure who took that one. I almost think, well, you can't call a timeout unless you have possession of the ball, right?
Well, a dead ball, anyone can call
Anybody
the timeout.
can. Well, I'm not sure who took that one. I'm thinking I'm going to give it to Orofino since they're the ones on. I don't know who. I'm not going to worry about it, I guess.
That'll be taken care of by them downstairs. So.
Yeah, that's not that important to my numbers. How many timeouts everybody has. So taking a look quickly at some of the numbers here for St. Mary's, Jackson Pritchard has 5 points. Dan Howard has 8. Caden Hammond has 5. Glover has 2. And I think that's about it. Kevin Duffield has 2. Bassett has 2. So some pretty good spread out scoring already. I think they finally got all the sweat cleaned up off the floor over there. Yeah. So St. Mary's and Orofino back out on the floor. Orofino will inbound. Looks like St. Mary's not going to press this time. Caden Hammond on Daly. They've got kind of a
half-court trap is what they're trying to work here.
Over the top, finally into the front court, and now a timeout by
Orofino this time.
I thought he said white timeout.
They couldn't. They didn't have the ball.
Yeah, there's no way they could. Yeah, okay. So it is against Orofino, and it's a third, not against, but it's Orofino's took that one. It's a 30-second timeout.
So it's safe to say the other one probably was a St. Mary's timeout.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it just does not matter too much.
So I don't know. Well, I guess they were just not wanting to have another 10-second violation because they were taking their time trying to get it across.
Well, they got it across. It was just.
Oh, no, he did get it across, yeah.
They're not set up to do anything with the ball once they got it across. You know, right now they're just keeping Orofino out of their offense.
So Orofino kicks it into the backcourt. Now bringing it down is Daly. Caden Hammond drives in there and knocks the ball out. And St. Mary's takes it down the floor. That's the 4th steal by Hammond.
Oh.
Then Hammond triggers a 3-pointer. We get a foul on the rebound. And it looked like that was Glover. Glover Buell with his first foul.
See, Glover looks really good when he's going up there trying to get rebounds. It looks like he's going straight up most of the time. That one's hard to tell. But he's really in good position.
And those are those fouls that you almost are okay with because it's just an aggressive hustle play trying to get that rebound. The Maniacs bring it back in, getting it across the timeline down to the corner. That was down inside to Titano. Then a ball gets loose. St. Mary's comes away with it. Turnover on the Maniacs. Pass down the floor to Howard, who is streaking down, is going to get tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Zweifel. And St. Mary's will keep the possession, but it at least gives the Maniacs a chance to get all their personnel down the floor. Not used to seeing Dan Howard being on a fast break.
Doesn't happen all the time.
Gaitron comes out for the Maniacs. Inbound pass to Duffield. Duffield kicks it to Hammond. Hammond to Pritchard. Pritchard got a screen from Howard. It's up and good. Give an assist to Hammond again. Second 3-pointer for Pritchard. Now the Maniacs bringing it across the timeline. Zweifel has it down to Daly. He's trapped. Daly's trapped by two Lumberjacks, trying to find somebody to get it to. Throws it over the top and out of bounds.
Solid defense.
Yeah, they're just not able to answer. When they get trapped, they panic a little bit and throw it away. Coy Sands brings it down for St. Mary's. Kicks it to Pritchard. Pritchard kind of thought about a three. Instead, drive, short corner, shot, no good. And the rebound to the Maniacs. Back the other way, Zweifel to the top, now to Daly in the corner, or in the wing, then back to Zweifel. Zweifel for three. Zweifel knocks it down. That's his second three-pointer.
Yes, it is.
Zweifel's one of those big guys you wouldn't expect to shoot threes. Long cross-court pass down to Pritchard. He kicks it back out to Hammond. Hammond back to Pritchard. Pritchard steps in. Two-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound to the Maniacs. Driving is Daly. Nice move by Daly. Can't get the shot to finish. Offensive board, though. And then the ball comes out. St. Mary's has it. Jackson Pritchard, I believe, with the steal. Hammond drive. Shot up, and it falls through with the foul. Caden Hammond having a pretty good game. He averages right around 8 points. He's already to 7. Step into the free throw line with a chance to hit his average. That foul went against number 14, Alex Gladhart. 6 fouls apiece for both teams. So not too bad. Halfway through the second period, and you're almost to bonus. That's not too bad, is it? Now the coach is down there talking.
Chipping away, I'm telling you.
I forget the coach's name, Coach Haig. He's down there in the ear again of the official. Hammond knocks down the free throw. 8 points for Hammond, 4 steals as well. Maniacs bring it down. St. Mary's not pressing this time. Zweifel is going to drive, almost loses it. Gets it back. This time he drives. Nice no-look pass out to Titano. Can't do nothing with it. He gets it to Daly. Daly for 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Putback is up and no good. Offensive rebound again. And finally they drop it through. Now Lumberjacks quickly the other way. Mikey Bassett, top of the key to Howard. Howard back to Bassett. Bassett to Hammond. Hammond on the wing, over the top to Pritchard. Nice look. Pritchard spins. Shot is up and good. Was that Hammond I said that fed it into him?
Yeah.
An assist for Hammond. Zweifel bringing it back down the floor. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Zweifel drives, gets tripped up.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And they're going to call Caden Hammond with a foul as Zweifel goes to the ground. They're going to call a block.
Would be in bonus now.
That will put Zweifel to the free throw line.
That stands first.
Oh, it was against Dan?
Yep.
I thought they called that against Caden. Caden comes out too, it looks like. Caden Hammond. Caden Green is in. Checking in for the Maniacs is Huth. Coming out is Gladhart. Zweifel goes to the free throw line. It's his first time there.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the front end of the 1-and-1. As they wait for the next one. 32-13 is the score. Next shot, that one's short. Rebound Duffield. St. Mary's takes it down. Jackson Pritchard to the top of the key. He feeds it to Duffield. Duffield looks for a cut and green. Can't get to him, so he gives it to Buell. Buell, nice move by Buell from the low post or in the blocks. He puts it up and good. Little head fake, then went up strong. 3:40 to go, 34-13 in the first half. St. Mary's is up. Zweifel to the top of the key, kicks it to Daly. Daly at the top. Daly gets a screen, steps to the side. Shot is on the way, no good. Duffield on the rebound. Lumberjacks down the floor. No look pass to the corner to Buell from Bassett. Bassett to Duffield. Duffield out to Green. Green for 3. That's going to be short. Green tries to jump in there for the rebound. Can't grab it. It goes to the Maniacs. Green comes in. Luckily, no foul called against him as he strips that one away.
Yep.
And a quick 3 ball the other way by Pritchard. That one's no good. Rebound to Bassett. Another shot up and no good. Rebound that time to St. Mary's again. And I'm missing some of those offensive boards. I'll just give them to the team. And then Duffield finally steps in between the low post and puts the shot up and good. 36-13. Becomes a little bit much to keep track of when you got 4 offensive boards at once and you're trying to do all that. Maniacs back down here. Titano feeds it inside.
He just traveled, but he got it.
Stutter by Kelso, and he puts it up and in. 36-15 is the score. 2:22 to go in the half. Jackson Pritchard brings it down. He's guarded by Daly. Kicks it down to Caden Green on the wing on the right side, or left side. Now back to Buell. Buell is on the wing. Buell picks up his dribble. Now to Bassett in the corner. Now back out to Buell. Buell getting double teamed, spins, shot.
Nice move. Oh.
No good on the shot. And the rebound to the Maniacs. Zweifel bringing it for Orfino. He feeds it to the corner to Titano. Titano drives. Nice move. Shot won't go. Ball goes out of bounds. And it was out of bounds off of, did they say off of St. Mary's? Pritchard comes out. Coy Sands is in. As the Maniacs will trigger from underneath. I believe that's Huth who gets it to the corner. Zweifel was wide open for second. Surprised he didn't take the 3. Instead he drives. Little spinning shot is up and no good. Rebound to Duffield. Lumberjacks back the other way. Bassett kicks it out to Duffield. Duffield to the wing. Over the top to Buell. Buell can't get any room to work though, so they get it out to Bassett. Bassett for 3. It's long. Rebound to the Maniacs. Maniacs slow it down across the timeline. It's Daly working against Sands. Kicks it down to the corner. They try to bounce it back inside. Turnover. And St. Mary's quickly the other way. Coy Sands. Top, drives, looks for an opening in the paint. Can't get it. Kicks it back out to Bassett. 59 seconds. Into Buell. Buell to Green. Green out to Sands. Sands going to drive. Weaves his way through. And then Sands tries to kick it down inside. It's going to be a turnover on Sands. Maniacs back the other way. Daly has it, top of the key, slowing things down, maybe for the last shot here in the half. They try to feed it in. The shot up by Zweifel, no good from just inside three-point range. Coy Sands comes away with the rebound. His first rebound of the game. Coy Sands hasn't put any points up yet. Sands working against Daly. He gets the screen from Buell, but he still can't go nowhere with it as they shift it off the man. Now he's got kind of a double screen going. Kicks it into Buell. Nice underneath, up and good. Lumberjacks up 38-15. Long shot just before the buzzer by Zweifel. It is no good. It was close from downtown, but it didn't fall through. 38-15, St. Mary's up at the half. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with some halftime numbers.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing proudly sponsors this Lumberjack Sports broadcast.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Tired of the same old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up afterwards? Stop by Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's for some of the best barbecue around. Cabin City Q has the biggest, tastiest hamburgers around, as well as smoked chicken, brisket, ribs, and prime rib on Fridays. Cabin City Q also has a terrific salad bar. Cabin City Q also serves breakfast. That's Cabin City Q, located at 2242 West Idaho Avenue in St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-0785 or stop by today. That's Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's.
Your good neighbor, Jack's Pharmacy, wants you to know that if you have need for durable medical supplies, Jack's has them in stock. Walkers, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, and more. All items are for sale, and everything but the lift chair can be rented. So you see, Jack's Pharmacy is your full-service good neighbor pharmacy. From gifts to prescriptions to durable medical supplies, Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy. So stop by and see Chad or any of the fine folks at Jack's Pharmacy and let them help you. Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking. Wanted, the St. Mary's Booster Club is wanting new members to continue to help support our sports programs. Do you know that the Booster Club spends approximately $20,000 a year investing in our high school athletes, coaches, and sports facilities? All monies are raised through memberships, barbecues, and the Hall of Fame banquet and auction. All monies raised this year will be used in the 2017-2018 school year booster budget. To become a member or for more information, call Lynn Masterson at 568-1802. That's 56.
And then we'll go to Clark for individual numbers after that, I guess. Maniacs just shooting 29% from the floor in the first half, 20% from two-point range, and 42% from three-point range, 50% from the free throw line. They had 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and they turned the ball over 17 times to that Lumberjack press. 5 fouls committed.
And as I'm looking at this, as you were saying, they're shooting about 5 for 14 with 2 three-pointers made. They're 3 for 4 from the line. And right now it looks like what I've got here is Zweifel with 7 points is their leading scorer, followed by Peyton Daly with 3.
Should be about right. Zweifel had 2 three-pointers and then a free throw.
Yes, he did.
So not a whole lot of scoring for the Maniacs.
No, but they haven't had very many good looks at that. Again, it's just like the girls' game earlier. Tight defense, not letting anything happen much.
Yep, St. Mary's shot 44% from the floor, 52% from two-point range, 22% from beyond the arc, and 89% from the free throw line.
Can't fuss with that.
They also had 13 rebounds to go along with 4 assists. They stole the ball 10 times and turned it over just 4 times, and they committed 8 fouls. So that's a pretty good, not too bad of a number on the foul-wise.
No, not at all.
Individually, it is Jackson Pritchard that leads the Lumberjacks with 10 points. Caden Hammond and Dan Howard both have 8 points. Duffield has 4. I missed Glover Buell, he has 6. And Mikey Bassett has 2. Duffield also has 5 rebounds for the Lumberjacks. And then Caden Hammond has been doing some work on defense. He's got 4 steals. Jackson Pritchard has 2. Dan Howard has a steal. Glover Buell has a steal. And Mikey Bassett also has a steal for the Lumberjacks. So a good first half for St. Mary's. They're essentially doubled up, a little bit more than that over Orofino. And I expect to see them come out pressing again in the second half and start fast again there.
Making sure that Orofino doesn't have any opportunity to come back.
not want to give him any breathing room.
Nope, not today.
No, we've got 3 minutes until the second half. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
668-1802 and go Lumberjacks. Wanted, the St. Mary's Booster Club is wanting new members to continue to help support our sports programs. Do you know that the Booster Club spends approximately $20,000 a year investing in our high school athletes, coaches, and sports facilities? All monies are raised through memberships, barbecues, and the Hall of Fame banquet and auction. All monies raised this year will be used in the 2017-2018 school year booster budget. To become a member or for more information, call Lynn Masterson at 568-1802. That's 568-1802 and go Lumberjacks.
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell's staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's. Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products from Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Premier Financial Services today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
The new year is here, and that means new goals and broken resolutions. It also means red-hot buys at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's. Time to replace some light bulbs? Buy one, get one free Ace LED bulb 4-packs or floodlight 2-packs. Ace brand wild bird food is on sale as well. Buy one 20-pound bag and get a bag of premium songbird bird food for free. It's also time to take down and store those holiday decorations. And Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to go for all of your storage needs, from totes to shelves. It's all at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's.
You always hear.
And St. Mary's will start with the first possession of the second half. They get it down inside to Dan Howard. Howard can't finish the shot. Ball is loose. Out of bounds off of St. Mary's. Dan almost had the rebound, and St. Mary's into that press. We thought they might come out pressing again to try to keep the pressure on Orfino, and then they back out of it fairly quickly, actually. But a bad pass is going to be a turnover as Coy Sands comes away with it. Coy, a little stutter step, shot no good, but I believe Sands drew a foul. So Coy Sands goes to the charity stripe, where he is shooting right around 58% on the season. It's his first trip today. First shot on the way, that one is good. 39-15 is the score. Nobody's filming for the Lumberjacks today, it doesn't look like. Next shot on the way. That one is in and out. Then there's a foul underneath as Dan Howard is trying to
elbow, I guess.
Howard trying to get position underneath. They said, I think I heard the official say something about a hand.
It was a push of some sort.
So the Maniacs bring it in. And they are trying to get across the timeline. St. Mary's defense is pretty good again. And another turnover on Orofino. As number 14 tried to get inside, it was Gladhart. Caden Hammond down here to the top. They kick it over to Buell. Buell to Sands. Now back across the court to Hammond up to the top. Hammond. Now across court. A bad pass by Hammond.
They're telepathing that ball. Might as well put up a sign. Oh, Hammond's with a block. None of that coming in here.
I'm guessing that we'll see. I think Coach Chase told me Tyler Lohman would play in the second half, I think. So the Maniacs are set to inbound from underneath after the block shot. Dan Howard bats that one out of bounds. Interesting thing is there hasn't been a held ball in this game yet. Maniacs inbound from underneath again into the corner. Now back to Daly. Daly kicks it out to the top. Three-pointer on the way by Gladhart. It's off the mark. Daly on the rebound. Can't get that shot to go, and I believe Howard had the rebound, and Howard is going to be fouled. And that foul looks like it's not Gaitron because he's not in, so it must have been maybe Gladhart. It was Gladhart with the foul. Second team foul against Orofino in the second half. 39-15 the score. St. Mary's on top. Lumberjacks bringing it down to the near side. It is Hammond. He kicks it to Sands. Sands steps in, quick jump shot. He had a great look, just a little bit short. Then Hammond gets a steal after the rebound by the Maniacs.
That's Gladhart's fourth now.
That's Caden Hammond's fifth steal of the game.
Looks like Kelso is coming in for Gladhart.
6:18 to go in the third period. It's St. Mary's up 39-15. Pritchard cross court into the paint to Howard. Howard, nice step up and in for Howard. 10 points for Howard with 3 rebounds. Daly getting some attention from a couple Lumberjack defenders. Finally gets it across the timeline. Now back to Daly. Daly going to kick it down to the corner to Kelso. Kelso tries the baseline. Can't find anywhere to go with it. He takes a look to find an outlet. Dan Howard slaps it out of his hand. Ball goes out of bounds, so the Maniacs will keep possession. Huthel inbound from underneath into Kelso. Kelso shot, no good. Buell on the rebound.
Out of bounds.
And was that out of bounds off of
yeah, it's
St. Mary's?
It should be Orofino ball.
Who threw it down there?
I don't know who threw it down there. But
turnover number 6 against St. Mary's. Daly kicks it across the timeline to Titano. Titano tries to pass it cross court. Caden Hammond jumps up and slaps it out of bounds. Inbound to Daly this time, now into trying to feed it in, and just another bad, not really a bad pass. The player just cut the opposite way after he thought he was going the other way. St. Mary's gets the turnover. Now it's to Coy Sands. Sands for 3, it's short. Rebound to Caden Hammond. And the shot was up by Pritchard from the corner, and that was no good.
And rebound by Daly for Orofino.
Orofino came away with the board. They got it down in the corner. Now they try to feed it across.
Hammond with a steal.
Hammond steps in front of another one. 21 turnovers.
Nice assist by Hammond to Pritchard.
Pritchard puts it up and off the glass. 4:54 to go, 43-15. Maniacs haven't put nothing on the...
I think St. Mary's has heard about the emphasis on defense today.
Shot from underneath, no good by the Maniacs.
Howard made him alter that shot, too.
Howard rebound, now all the way down to Buell. Buell to Hammond, who's cutting in. Back out to Buell. Buell for the shot. It falls in. Another assist by Hammond. 8 points for Glover. 45-15. It's been if I can pull this summary up real quick to see what the run has been. 7-0 run to start the second half for the Lumberjacks. They have outscored the Maniacs. Zweifel triggers a three. It's going to be off the mark. Howard gets the rebound stripped out of his hands. And I thought Howard had all ball, but they apparently got a little bit of a hand there, and Howard gets called for the foul. Third foul for him, and Lumberjacks going to have a whole shift change here for the Lumberjacks. As we're going to have Tyler Lohman, Mikey Bassett, Caden Green, Duffield, and Eli Gibson check in for the Lumberjacks. Oh, they won't let him shoot without a couple of them on the blocks at least, or what?
Got to have 2 on the ball, even though there's 2 shots going here.
Zweifel makes the first one. So Tyler Lohman checking in for his first game action after being out for 5 games, I believe it is. 45-16 the score. The first points of the second half for the Maniacs comes from the charity stripe. Huth lines up the next one on the way. That one's going to fall through. I was about ready to say it was going to miss, but it bounced the right way for him. Tyler Lohman going to trigger the inbound pass from the far side of the floor. Eli Gibson, he's been showing a lot of potential. 4 points per game for Eli, just a freshman. Bassett down inside to Duffield. Duffield to Lohman. Lohman put up the shot, got his own rebound.
I don't know how that's a jump ball.
He got the rebound, then it was tied up by the Maniacs. That's the first held ball of the game. So the Maniacs benefit from the possession arrow and bring it down the floor is Daly, 5'7" guard. He's a junior. He's working against Gibson. He kicks it to Geitron on the wing on the right side. Geitron to Zweifel, who was cutting across. Zweifel's going to drive. Shot up and no good. Rebound to Lohman. And then something happened, and Lohman ended up with another rebound. It must have been a turnover on St. Mary's. Then a shot was up by the Maniacs. It didn't go. Gibson has it down to Green. Green gets a screen from Duffield. Now he has to back it back out to Bassett. Bassett up top, guided by Geitron. Guarded by Geitron. Now to Gibson. Gibson tries to feed it over the top to Duffield. Duffield able to bring it down. Duffield puts it up and in. Duffield is 3 for 3 from the floor. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Duffield, having a pretty decent game for him. Back the other way, Gibson trying to get a steal from Daly. Shot is up, no good. Daly gets his own rebound. Ball, Daly ends up on the floor. Gibson comes away with the ball. Gibson to Green. Green to Bassett. And Lumberjacks slow it down. Gibson going to drive, floater off the glass, no good. Rebound to Lohman. Lohman for 3. And it's good. Lohman, 2 offensive boards and a 3-pointer for Tyler Lohman. 50-17 the score. Zweifel has it on the wing, guarded by Bassett. He's going to trigger a long 3 from a couple feet behind the arc. It's no good.
He hasn't had a shot he doesn't like to attempt.
Gibson got the rebound, and then Gibson loses the ball out of bounds, it looks like. Dan Howard comes back into the game. Duffield checks out. Geitron checks out, and Zweifel checks out as well for the Maniacs. Coming in for them, it looks like it's Brandon Barton, and possibly it was Austin Kelso. Maniacs working on the corner. Isabel has it down on the right side. Now back to the top. He feeds it into Geitron, tries to. The ball's tipped out by Howard. Maniacs able to recover. Daly working against Gibson and
just threw it away.
Threw it away. He came up looking like he thought he was fouled or something, but nobody touched him. They kick it out to Lohman. Lohman short on the 3, gets his own rebound, and they're going to say Lohman took an extra step.
We're having a 5-game nap since he's looking decent out there so far.
being aggressive on trying to fight for them rebounds. Daly bringing it down for Orfino. Minute and a half to go in the third. Lohman playing defense against Kelso. Kelso's going to drive, goes up, gets his shot partially blocked by Lohman.
Howard with a rebound.
Dan Howard tracks down the board. Now they get it to Green in the corner. Green out to Howard and around to Gibson. Gibson here on the near wing. Now back to the top to Green. Green, step back three, good. Caden Green needed just a little bit more room, stepped to the side, then stepped back and dropped it through. 53-17 the score. St. Mary's up. Under a minute to go in the third. It's into Isabel on the wing. Isabel kicks it to the top to Daly. Daly for three. That's off the iron. And there's a foul against Isabel as he comes down and hits Coy Sands in the head, or not Coy, he hit Lohman in the head as Lohman was going up for the rebound as well. Lohman inbounds to Gibson. Gibson brings it down, guided by Daly. Daly almost gets burnt and then takes the ball away. And takes it and puts it up and good. Turnover by Eli. Lumberjacks back the other way. Gets a screen. Eli here to the near wing. Feeds it into Howard. Howard spins, gets the Maniac defender off his feet, and Howard puts it up and in. 12 points for Howard, 5 rebounds as well. 4 seconds on the clock. Daly triggers the three and knocks it off the glass from downtown. That was probably about 5 feet behind the arc, and Daly puts it through. 55-20 is the score. St. Mary's boys on top. We'll be back in 1 minute.
On the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Have you ever noticed?
And we are back, and everybody that's on the bench down there for St. Mary's has points on the board tonight. Ethan Hill, except for Ethan Hill, who has just checked into the game. Gibson and Hill playing catch. Hill for three in there. Oop, I almost called it too soon. I thought Hill had his first points of the game. Three-pointer taken, no good. Rebound to Orofino. Zweifel has it. Lumberjack 17-7 run in the third period. Zweifel looks for an outlet, directing traffic, and timeout taken by Coach Haig. 30-second timeout by the Maniacs. So,
well, Tim, what we're seeing, I'm just impressed with the depth that St. Mary's has. You know, you can bring in another guy, replace one for a little bit, and they just pick up where they left off. And
yeah, just about anybody you put on the floor, there's not really a big drop-off in production.
Not this season. You can rely upon several players for big games. That really helps.
There's a few of them that don't have really any points averaging per game, but well, that's only one really. Ethan Hill is the only one on the board that down there that I don't have any points for in the games I've done, but he gets a lot of time on the JV roster or squad. So Lumberjacks back on defense. Zweifel guarded by Duffield. He kicks it down to the corner to Aldrin. Aldrin back to Zweifel. Zweifel inside. Now back out to the short corner. Now to Zweifel. Nice ball movement.
Nice give and go.
And Zweifel puts it up and in. Gibson bringing it down for St. Mary's. He's going to
now
get
they're playing a little bit of trap ball.
trapped, and they kick it out to Hill. Hill back to Gibson. Gibson for a long three. It's short, but the rebound by
Duffield, and he put it in.
Duffield, and it's up and good. Duffield hasn't missed from the floor. He missed one three-pointer, but he's 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 from two-point range. Back the other way. It's a quick two-pointer by Titano. It's no good. Rebound Duffield. And St. Mary's back the other way. Caden Green has it on a cross-court pass. Now back to Hill and around to Gibson. Now back to Hill and to Green. Green steps in, kicks it back out. Now back to Hill. Green. Green into Lohman. Lohman spins. Shot is up and no good. Ball is loose. St. Mary's comes away with it. Nope. Going to be tied up in a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Maniacs. Scores 57-24, and it's a running clock. I don't think it was in the third.
No, it's only in the fourth quarter that
Only
the
the
running
fourth
clock.
quarter. So
And if you're ahead by 30 or more, the clock does not stop.
Zweifel brings it down, gets the shot blocked by Duffield. And then the ball gets loose. Coach was trying to get a timeout.
No, he wasn't. He was thinking there was a foul there. And I tell you, that coach is just a little bit too vocal.
Gibson down to Hill.
You're down by 33,
Back
being
to
that
Gibson.
vocal is just not necessary.
Gibson into Lohman. Lohman jump shot won't fall through. Duffield gonna get called.
Yeah, he was all over that boy's back.
Good hustle, good try, but
I think everyone knew that one was.
Checking in for Orfino is Daly. He's coming back in. Zweifel's going to come out. Isabel is coming in for Orfino as well, with Huth sitting down. 57-24 is the score. St. Mary's up. Lumberjacks looking to go 2-0 in league play. Girls are 3-0 in league play now. Daly down to Isabel. Isabel guarded by Hill. Now to the top to Aldrin. Then they feed it inside Titano. Back out to Aldrin. Aldrin for three. No good. Offensive rebound, though. And the Maniacs reset. Daly into Titano. Titano to Gladhart. Gladhart tries for the shot, and he's going to draw a foul. I believe that's Duffield's third.
They stopped the clock.
And that sends Gladhart to the charity stripe.
And now they got it going again.
Gladhart's first one is good. Maniacs 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Tyler Lohman's going to come out. Glover Buell checks in for him. And I think I already said that Duffield came out. Next shot is up. That one is off the iron. No good. Buell on the rebound. St. Mary's coming back down the floor. Gibson controls it for the Jacks down to the wing. Now he gets it to the top to Green, and Green around to Hill. Hill back to Green. Green's going to drive. Bounce pass. No.
Bad pass.
Bad pass by Green. The other way. Shot is up and no good. Foul against Ethan Hill. Number 23. There he is, Ethan Hill, on my stat sheet. That'll send Daly to the charity stripe. Fifth foul against St. Mary's. That one goes in. 4 fouls for Orfino. 57-26 the score. St. Mary's firmly in control of this one. That shot is short. Rebound, though, goes to Orfino. Shot blocked by Bassett, I believe.
Yes. He hadn't crossed half court. He had to establish his feet on this side of the court, and he hadn't done that. He got the ball while he was in midair.
Oh, so St. Mary's turns it back over. 12 turnovers for the Jacks now. Glover Buell comes out. Tyler Lohman back in. Must have just been a Now a timeout taken. Timeout was by, it's a full timeout. Must have been taken by St. Mary. I don't know.
That's a 30.
No, they signaled
it is,
for the
yeah,
full.
it is.
Not sure who took it. Anyways, 57-26 is the score. St. Mary's up, and it's going to be tough for Orofino to come back from
There's no way. The clock is not stopping except for this timeout, of course.
St. Mary's shooting 51% from the floor and 81% from the free throw line. That ought to help bump their free throw numbers up.
Well, it's something that you really want to be working on, especially as you get into the playoff season, as it's going to be here in about another 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. Yeah. And it will help when they play next week with these tough games coming up against Potlatch. And, of course, Kellogg's always a bitter rival game, and that should be fun. And I'm sure, like you said, are looking forward to getting that first win over them in a few years.
Yeah, this group of boys will like to be able to take it to their brothers and teammates and other guys that they went to school with and say, ha, we beat them.
That or just to beat them for them.
Daly has it for Orofino. Back to the top to Gaitron. Gaitron feeds it down inside. Spin and a shot by Titano. It's no good. Rebound to Lohman. Lohman has 3 offensive and 3 defensive rebounds. Now they kick it to the wing to Hill. Hill back to the top. Cross court.
A little sloppy. Those are not the passes you want to be making.
Hill, a sophomore. It's the first time I've really seen Hill get much of a varsity time in a game so far.
Yeah, you know, when you get a lead like this, let him play. Get him some time and get some experience.
Gaitron top, guarded by Lohman. Picks up his dribble, now kicks it to the wing to Aldrin. Aldrin back to the top to Daly. Daly directing traffic. He works his way down to the wing on the right side. He's going to get a screen. Jump, nope, he feeds it inside. Shot was up and no good. And Lohman again with the rebound. Lumberjacks bringing it back down the floor. Gibson down to Hill, now back out. Oh, bad pass again by Hill. Shot is up and good on the turnover.
Scored that by Daly.
St. Mary's back the other way. Ethan Hill needs to pay attention just a little bit more to what he's doing on his passes. Green has it now. They feed it down to Lohman. Lohman is going to drive, kicks it to Bassett. Bassett for a quick 2 from the free throw line, no good.
Lohman is really getting in on those boards, but you can't get up with the ball.
Lohman on the rebound.
So that's considered a travel.
And then Lohman turned it over. Tyler's second turnover. Daly has it now for Orofino as he brings it down the floor. 40 seconds to go in the game. And Lohman steps up and steals the pass. Now St. Mary's going to just bring it slowly down the floor. Cross court to Hill. Hill back to Gibson. Gibson drives, kicks it out to Hill. Hill's going to go for 3. That one's good. Eli Gibson the assist. And Ethan Hill drops through the tray. 60-28 the score. So St. Mary's getting really close to their average, 64 points per game. And only gave up 28 to the Maniacs, and the Maniacs just going to hold it and not even take a shot except with the buzzer. And that's going to be no good. But I figured he might do that. So that's how the game will end. St. Mary's wins 60-28. Take a quick 3-minute break and come back with the final game wrap-up.
Notice that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
During these cold days of winter, Napa Auto Parts has all your vehicle needs. Diesel and gas additives, aerosol windshield de-icer, thermal-weight gas line antifreeze. All are Napa's Mac brand products. antifreeze, CRC airline antifreeze, snowmobile oils and belts, and of course Napa brand batteries for autos to snowmobiles. So stop by Napa Auto Parts today for all your cold weather additive needs. And while you're there, get your windshield wipers changed by their knowledgeable staff. Napa Auto Parts. They're not just a parts store, they're your friends. Napa Auto Parts, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido. Cold weather's here, and 10th Street Lumber will help keep you warm. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber is your heating headquarters. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals, and they burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's. Stop by today. 10th Street Lumber located at 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's. Outdoor enthusiasts, turn your dreams of adventure into reality with a Yamaha Wolverine 2-seat or new Wolverine X4 4-seat side-by-side at St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Both are proven off-road capable, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring. With compact yet roomy designs and exclusive Ultramatic transmissions and on-command four-wheel drive systems. Visit St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Yamaha Wolverine's proven off-road to help you realize your adventure. Always protect the environment, wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation. Why should you stop at 10?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So now we are back. St. Mary's comes away with a 60-28 victory over the Maniacs, and well, you got some individual numbers there for.
What I got for you today is Peyton Daly for Orofino had 11 points, and he was their leading scorer. He shot something like about 3 for 12 and made a free throw. And our second leading scorer for them was Zweifel with 9 points. He came out starting the game, made the first 2 3-pointers, and then he missed the next 6 before he finished with a 2-pointer and ended up with 9 points today. And then we have Austin Kelso with 3, Mark Tano with 2, and Kobe Huth with 2 himself.
All right, for St. Mary's, they shot 43% from the floor. They shot 50% from two-point range, and just under 30% from beyond the arc. They shot 82% from the free throw line tonight.
That's a great number.
They had 30 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 steals, 4 block shots, and they turned the ball over 15 times and committed 13 fouls. Individually, 2 Lumberjacks in double digits. Dan Howard with 12. He also had 5 rebounds. Jackson Pritchard had 12. And then we have 3 Lumberjacks with 8 points. Caden Hammond had 8 points with 3 assists and 6 steals. Glover Buell had 8 points with 3 rebounds. Kevin Duffield had 8 points with 7 rebounds. Then from there, we had Ethan Hill with 3 points. We had Tyler Lohman with 3 points. He also ended up with 8 rebounds in the second half. Caden Green had 3 points as well, and Coy Sands finished with just 1 point, a couple of steals, an assist, and a rebound. So that was the numbers for the Lumberjacks individually. Upcoming schedule, let's go ahead and go for that real quick. The boys will play Potlatch on Thursday the 18th. That is next week. We will have that game here on KOFE. And then the big game on Saturday, or should I say big games, as the Kellogg Wildcats will be invading St. Mary's for Brawl for the Ball. And that is 4 high-energy games in a packed gymnasium, I'm sure, here in St. Mary's. And, of course, we'll be here for that game as well, or those games as well. I had some information on Brawl for the Ball, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it real quick. Brawl for the Ball is the 20th. They need your help to bring the ball home this year, as Kellogg won it last year. You can help by donating food at home games, or if you see the flyer, you can donate wherever that flyer's at as well. Send some food with the kids to school as well. You can donate at any of the schools. They're going to have 50-50 tickets for sale as well, and those go to support the Sikowski family and help Gabe with his fight against cancer. So there's just a couple of the ways you can help with the Brawl for the Ball fundraising. So I'm expecting to see Clark here for Brawl for the Ball.
Definitely.
I don't know if I'll see him for potlatch on Thursday.
Night. I'd love to come see how this 1A team holds up against St. Mary's.
Yeah, it was a good game in Potlatch when they played down there, so I'm looking forward to that one. But other than that, I think we are just about done here. And I want to thank Clark for coming out this fine Saturday afternoon, and thank Teresa back at the studio for running the board, my wife for running the camera for the online video stream that we have now added to our home games.
Great job, ladies.
And my daughter, who just stayed out of the way, I guess. We'll send it back to the studio, and we'll see you next time for some more Lumberjack basketball.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!